Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a Tuesday. It's Barnes, it's Tony. How you doing, my friend? No ask. But the saliva is always a problem with that, by the way. I know you don't believe me, but that's,
No, I
that's
believe
true.
it, dude. I believe it, dude. I believe it. And I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Nice little Tuesday here, Brian.
How did your studying go last night?
You're talking about school, dude?
Well, I was talking about preparing for your final. No, but it did remind me that you had class. So how was that? First class, right?
Yeah, first class
Okay.
of the semester. Again, the quirkiness, Labor Day off, kind of feels funny.
Kids don't want to be there.
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. Like,
Right.
honestly.
So you were tight.
I mean, it was just like a little, just like
Waste of
stupid because I'm not gonna remember any of their names now because it's 2 weeks will go by.
Was the syllabus reviewed?
Syllabus was reviewed. Even got into a little bit of the first lesson. Since again, I'm like, I know I don't normally keep you guys, but off next week we have to do something this week.
Right.
So we did a little bit of Adobe Premiere, the editing software, the introductions.
Somehow it always comes down to the editing.
Of
the
course,
cameras.
dude. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Was there any
man.
camera talk?
A little bit. Just
Little
again,
bit.
just
Yeah.
brief overview of the syllabus, equipment you'll need to be familiar with, camera, equipment room upstairs. Don't ask me any questions.
How does the group seem?
Honestly, pretty like social, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
No, like assholes that stand out, or I mean, I know you're not going to necessarily say that, but just is there anybody that seems like they could be a problem? How about that?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I
that's
really
good.
don't, dude.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, which is nice, dude. And again, they were laughing at some of my jokes, so I think we're gonna have a good semester.
Any one-liners that stand out from yesterday's rendition?
Yeah. There was when we do the icebreakers thing, the kid was talking about how he played like varsity like ultimate frisbee in high school, whatever high school he went to offered it. Sacred Heart does not. And I was like, oh, you in the club team? He goes, I was. And I was like, so what? You're just like better than everyone else? You left? And everyone like got a good chuckle out of that, dude. Yeah.
So rate my professor. Stars are going up. Are you on there?
I am on there, dude.
Wow. What's the like? Is there a rating?
There is. I don't know what it is, dude. I mean, I think in terms of like easiness, I'm like a 5 or
So
whatever,
right down the middle,
like pretty.
Oh, so you can be a prick sometimes.
No. 5 is the highest. No, 5 is the highest. On
I
pressure.
thought 1 to 10.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 1 to 5. I was trying to look at that. I also don't like you can just you can go on there and post a review about me. So like anybody can say anything,
do it,
dude.
Yeah.
So
but it sounds like you're saying the feedback is positive.
Feedback that I've gotten so far, yes. Overall good.
And has there ever been like a situation with a student in terms of like them complaining their grade? Like, has there been much of that or no?
No,
over the years?
No,
Not
I
really.
don't think so.
No.
Just like, oh, can I get like more of a breakdown or something like that, But not like, oh, my grade shouldn't have been this.
And do you have to do office hours and stuff like that or no?
No, I don't have office hours, but I meet by appointment, if they want to meet with me.
Is there much of that going on, or that's kind of just here and there?
It depends. Last semester there was one kid that was constantly just like fucking up and stuff. So he was always like, yo.
So that wasn't that annoying, or you wanted to help.
I mean, it is nice to help. That's what you're there for, but it was also like, dude, come on.
I feel like I never asked you too. How did the teaching come about?
How did the teaching come about? Well, obviously they know me there.
Yeah.
Grad school, whatever. And they knew I was in the area, so they had like classes open up. They hit me up if I wanted to come teach. So
and like before you decided to do that, and they asked you, like, did you ever think you were going to do that, or was it kind of like, wow, this kind of just came together? Like,
yeah, I guess there's always a thought a little bit because I TA'd classes in while I was in my master's program, stuff like that for undergrad. So like I was like, oh, this could be cool, quick, easy money,
right?
So yeah, I always kind of envisioned maybe I could do that on the side for some extra dough, and here we are.
Makes sense. Your love for school, right? I mean, that's
yes, dude. Pop quiz, Brian.
Now, do they give you like interns at all for that or no?
I can get a TA, I suppose. Yeah, like a
need
CLA,
one,
but it's just like, I don't know. Just like one other person have to tell them what to do. And it's like, can
Yeah.
I really trust them? I don't know.
Ryan McNeil?
I guess, yeah. So if I knew the kid already, I
Yeah.
guess that would happen. Yeah, for sure, dude.
But
Heidi ho.
I feel like though, if you knew like there was like a big Yankee fan, that needed like to be a TA,
Really?
knew about it. I'm saying I feel like you'd be like, oh, I
Yeah,
don't know
man,
if
I
we really
don't really
need
want
him.
Speaking of big Yankee fans, one of the students actually, a big Yankee fan, works for the Mets, dude.
Interesting. What's the
Social
deal there?
media department. I mean, obviously, you're a student. You take any internship or job you can get, really. But it would tell me, it was, yo, there's gonna be a few, late Monday night games. I'm probably not gonna be here for class. And he was showing me like some of his footage, dude. He was like, he does like, again, social media, so videography, but like not for the live broadcast, for like just like Mets own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll like, he was there for Alvarez's walk-off homer. He was like in the first baseline area, just like shooting Alvarez. Sick, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a great gig to have.
Yeah. It just seems like you get so close to the action.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking awesome.
And speaking of action, a lot of comments already, no?
Yeah, actually, there is a huge amount of comments here. And early and often here, for the first time in a while, Matthew Ryan is first. Let's go Yankees, tasting
Let's
playoffs.
go Yanks.
And Met won't win. So don't you guys just worry about the real team in New York, the Yankees, he says.
Right on, brother.
Brian Barnaby, be right there. And then let's go Yankees as well.
Very big. And by the way, I mean, I know obviously, like, I just feel like the credit goes to you. Quick turnaround for us from when I got here to start. Under 5.
Yeah, right. It was pretty. I was like ready to go, dude.
Kind of crazy though. Like, I think that broke a record.
I think so too, dude.
You ready to go, dude?
You ready to go, dude? Yeah, dude. Speaking of ready to go, Josh B says, "Yo, what is up, great people?
Josh
Aaron Judge
B.
is great and all, but show me this in the postseason." Hashtag TCH. What do you think about that, dude? It's like,
listen, I mean, he's hit a lot of home runs in the postseason, but I think he's just looking for like that high batting average. But I mean, the way that he's hitting right now, hitting over 370 last 100+ games. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out at all.
No, of course not.
Expect
But
it, really.
I mean, I don't know. You think Josh B is like a little pessimistic right now?
No, I mean, one thing like I'll give him, but it just every year is so different. But he's basing it on the last times we've been in the postseason, or since Judge has been on the team. What the postseason has looked like. So you understand why he's there,
right?
But I think, needless to say, I mean, I think he probably agrees, and all my other fellow Yankee fans, feels good right now.
Yeah,
feel good.
And now you're expecting it to be in the postseason.
Oh, I mean, of course, yeah. Because a player that great, you just feels like, there's a time where they really hit their stride, break out. And, we've seen that a lot, over the years, guys that have struggled in that one big postseason, and then, they end up winning the whole thing. So obviously that's what we're hoping for here.
Yeah. Speaking of hoping, Kev Taylor, Matty Ice is undercover Mets fan. He just can't keep them out of his mouth. No,
Kev do. Kind of funny. I mean, kind of right too. I laud, some of the stuff Matthew Ryan says, but at the same time, let's lead with the Yankees, brother. Come on, brother. If we need to talk about the Mets, we can, but Yankees doing good right now. No need to really even go there.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Speaking of going there, also Kev Dew says, let's go. We want the smoke. Matthew Ryan at Kev Dew. Nope. I wish the Mets were out of New York. This is Yankee town. And he goes, yawn, LOL, Tony the nerd, dude.
Wow.
Kind of crazy, man. It really is.
It really is.
Josh B, the story of Tony, says, nice. Kev Dew to Matthew says, you're a funny dude, bro. You sound like always bashing the Mets. The problem is you have nothing to say. My mother says, hi, fellas. Miss you.
Miss you too.
Oh, yeah, definitely, dude. They just celebrated their anniversary last week, 22nd.
Happy belated. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Oh, they had like a whole week of food too. Like every day they were sending us like, oh, here's a lunch. They were out. Dinner, they were out. The desserts, dude. Oh.
You're telling me that's a surprise? Come on, Tony.
No, yeah, very true, very true. And to cap it off here, to bring us up to date, Matthew Ryan, no Yankee fan should ever work for the Mets ever. He's not a true Yankee fan.
I mean, the only thing I would say is shoe on the other foot. I would have a tough time with that. I don't know if I would accept it, honestly. I know it seems insane. Like if that was me in that person's situation, but obviously I know you got to do like what you got to do for your career. I'm just saying it would be tough to, it would be tough to be there. I don't know. I think it would bother me.
I can literally like see you like in the office with your advisor in college. He's like, "Yo, Brian, you got this great offer from the Mets. You're gonna be there. You're shooting every home game." I just can't do it.
I'll go unpaid with the Yankees.
Is there any way you can send me across town for free? I don't even need money.
Now, what about role reversed? You have become your student, so you're like into their life, like where they are in their career, everything. Yeah. But it's the reverse. Do you think it would be tough for you at all?
No, no, absolutely.
But not even just like it wouldn't be just like a little annoying.
No, I don't think so, dude.
I just feel like though once you were there around a lot of Yankee fans on a daily basis, I know he's not there, I guess, every day, but I'm just saying,
right?
I feel like eventually, especially, let's just say hypothetically again, Mets season took a turn for the worse, whatever,
right?
And then you just have to hear Yankees all the time. You're telling me there wouldn't be a breaking point at some time?
I mean, I wouldn't say a breaking point. Again, I'd probably be annoyed certainly. Well, Mets season, but the Mets season isn't going well. But come on, dude, like you're sitting there like. Fucking press row on the first baseline. Like you're gonna be in awe every game, dude. See different teams, different pitchers. Like you're gonna be there for every great moment of a home game, you know? And honestly, also, again, shooting the other foot, then I'm not like if I'm working and the Yankees are like if they lose, the team I'm working for is losing, I don't care that much. It's not gonna be affecting my work if they're losing. If I'm doing Mets games and they're having a shit season, I'd probably hate to go to work.
You know what it is for me? I feel like though, like me and you are similar in terms of like, I do just think in general, like, baseball is great. Even if, of course, Yankees by far so much more enjoyable to watch any other team. But I feel like I could get through that internship or whatever with most other teams. I think it's just the teams that are just annoying. So basically I would say Mets, Houston, Red Sox, any other team, I would be able to do it. But those teams, it would be very challenging.
Yeah, no, I guess I get that a little bit. Because I guess maybe I could feel it for the Rangers, but I don't even think so though. And I do actually. It's funny. I know this girl I went to college with. She's a Rangers fan. I thought I trained her for the Devils.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, she's like, "This is fucking sick." Anyway.
Yeah, but. There's no way that it doesn't feel like something's like you want more.
I mean, like, would I prefer to be with the Mets? Sure. Would I prefer to work for the Rangers rather than the Devils? Absolutely. But I mean, there's no freaking way I'm not just like giddy.
And you know what's interesting too? I'm just thinking about this because like having these type of positions, like when I was talking to Reed Fowler, he was saying because he's constantly talking about sports, constantly on the air, that it like his fandom kind of takes a back seat. And I just have to say, I think no matter what position I had, that would never happen.
Yeah, I guess so. That was interesting. I mean, working at MLB Network, again, covering so many other teams, I definitely have like more newfound respects for other organizations, players and stuff like that, where I could get riled to watch, another team play, like, the Orioles or whatever, dude. So I can see where he's coming from maybe from that perspective.
But even though you had that, it never made you like the Mets less or be less excited.
Of course not. But I also think maybe Fowler, like
I think Raiders beaten down. You know what I mean? Because he thinks that the Raiders are going to win 2 games. And who was saying that they were going to win the division?
Was it Jay?
I think it was.
Hot take: Raiders win the division, and then the Chiefs missed the playoffs.
The only thing is though. Minshew, though, that is interesting. Minshew and Adams, and I guess Adams is tight. I don't know if you heard that
about
just being in with the Raiders. He went there because he was, college teammates
with
Derek Carr. Gets 1 season, then last year's a disaster.
So
everyone thinks you're gonna be bad this year.
So you think he's tight in the sense where he's going to turn it around, or want to fucking
leave? But they're saying he's going to play this season. Deshaun Jackson said it, so I don't know, if he's just trying to help him out, if it's true. But you would think he's not going to say something like that unless it was true. And also, I mean, why wouldn't it be true? Or do you think there is like a chance like the Raiders are, respectable this year? You would think Adams, though, regardless if they're respectable or not, just wants to be in a playoff situation. I mean, what he was used to with the Packers, I know they didn't win,
right?
But I mean, they're always in the playoffs, obviously.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it seems like Adams could be like a petty guy. So I could see him like just not giving a shit about the season. And I could see the Raiders not doing well. Like if they don't do well off the rip, I could see him just phoning it in. And I don't know, man. Do you know what their schedule is the first few weeks?
Pull it up. And I just think, though, one thing that, he probably would never admit this, but I think he didn't realize how good he had it with the Packers, with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that was, I think, arguably the best, combination at that time.
Yeah, they were great, dude.
I mean, he didn't miss him.
Right.
There was no drop pass, overthrow.
Yeah.
Always streaking down the field, scoring a touchdown.
Any chance Jets pick him up midseason?
It just seems like the cap and the
it's gonna be a
receiver
lot,
room.
dude.
I mean, it's just,
gosh,
it would be crazy, but I think just because of the cap, no.
Yeah.
You look at the Raiders at
LA.
Los Angeles, you could definitely win that game.
Yeah, true. Week 1, 2, they're not going to be that
Harbaugh's
great.
first game as coach.
Yeah.
The Ravens game you would think would be a beatdown, but then you would think they would rebound, beat Carolina. Nick Chubb, we talked about the pub list, and then Watson has been banged up.
Yeah.
Denver, Pittsburgh. So right there, I mean, you could easily see them being 3-3 here.
Yeah, which I guess is honestly good. Or I mean,
because being the Reed Fowler 2-win team, I think they're better than that.
Yeah, no, I think so too. So I guess it kind of depends. Minshew, interesting storyline.
What is it with him again? Was it just because I was riled, or was it the hair? There was something
It's a little bit of everything, dude. I just think he's an overrated quarterback because he's got a shtick, and I'm kind of surprised you go for it a little bit, Brian.
I feel like it's just numbers wise is why I'm just looking at the numbers, and I just feel like they're pretty good. Like you look at a guy like Daniel Jones,
right? That's crazy.
So much better.
Right? But again, I mean that's a little bit of extreme circumstance. Daniel Jones thing is a dumpster fire. And yeah, if I was a Giants fan, would I want Minshew over Jones? Probably, yeah. But I don't know. I think because of that, because of the tough situations around the league, people put him on a little bit more of a pedestal than he actually is. I mean, I would have to see some more consistent full seasons out of him to then be like, oh, I know, this guy can be good.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely hasn't, because he hasn't been a full-time starter,
right?
The last couple of years for an entire season. So just kind of actually seeing here. So in terms of Minshew here, 28 years old, 6th round draft pick by Jacksonville, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I mean, he hasn't had a full season as a starter. Most starts he's had in a season was last year with 13. But 15-22 record, but does have 59 touchdowns, 24 interceptions. QBR 59.6, not too bad there. It's interesting though. There definitely is a shot that the only thing I can see working there is just Adams, he just 200 targets this year.
Yeah,
it just finds a way to just get him the ball. I mean, you can't rule something out, something like that happening.
No, I think you're right. Again, those two have to be just synced up, and I think they're going to do well. Like you said, I mean, if he launches the ball out there, Adams is going to get it probably. So, let's figure it out.
You know what's kind of crazy? You know what's coming up next week?
Football
preview. Football.
Oh my God, previews. That's right.
Monday.
Divisional preview starting Monday, dude. Yeah,
probably. I'm thinking just roughly in my head, AFC one day, NFC, and then Wednesday, the award predictions.
Oh, Super Bowl MVPs.
And awards. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that, dude.
Yeah. So action packed. Those are always popular. The divisional previews.
Yeah, dude. The divisional previews. And then we're going to be doing hockey soon as well, dude.
What's the deal? When is the actual regular season, not the preseason games? When does the regular season start? Is
for
it the
hockey?
First week of October or no?
No. It is, dude. It's less than 30 days away.
No, but I think that was preseason. There's no way
hockey's sure about that?
Starting in September.
Normally preseason. No, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. First NHL game 2024. Well, I guess it is October 4th.
Okay, yeah. I was like, hockey, they do not play regular season hockey. He was definitely talking about the preseason, but it's like, who, right? I mean, the preseason.
Yeah, true.
What are we talking about?
Although I'm pretty sure every year Rangers Islanders typically play in Bridgeport.
Has that been every year? I remember them doing it. I didn't know it was every year.
Pretty sure it's every year. I remember seeing the billboard for it last year. I remember going 2 years ago.
Wow. Well, look it up. No? I mean, what are we doing here?
Look it up. Rangers, Devils. Preseason schedule. Bang. Here we go. Ooh, Devils Prudential Center. Oh, I guess not then. TD Garden, UBS Arena for the Islanders.
So there's no neutral site preseason.
Oh, that's tough,
games.
dude.
Yeah. That would be sick if there was, though.
I know, dude.
Went.
Well,
we're just gonna go Tony D's.
Yeah, that's true. Tony D's. That's gonna be a sick time, dude. I can't wait to go to some games, dude. Like,
I know because I was so raw that I just went to one because the previous year I didn't go to any. It's like no matter. It's like one of those things like with the opening days. No, just go.
Just go, dude.
Make it happen. Worry about the rest later.
So crazy, dude.
Wow. Especially, I'm interested to see like Tony D's, like you and Tony D's, like how it's gonna be.
Is Tony D gonna be there?
But it was kind of sick. Sit at the bar. It just seems like your type of vibe, Tony. Honestly, old school Italian.
Hell yeah, dude.
Something that you're gonna get tight about. Some NFL news here. Did you see your favorite two brothers $100 million plus podcast deal?
No way, dude.
Just saw this now.
For the Kelsey brothers, signed with who though? Like what? Like
Amazon's Wondery.
$100 million for how long?
100 plus over 3 years.
Are you kidding me?
Gives exclusive and ad sales and distribution rights to Wondery. Do you know anything Wondery? It's just
never
like
heard of it, dude.
Platform. I'm guessing the Amazon made.
I guess, and so naturally they have mad money, and then wouldn't you know it? So over $100 million for 3 years for the both of them,
just for the rights to the ad distribution.
Oh my god, dude!
I mean, have you heard? I mean, I guess I'm guessing that podcast is like one of the most downloaded sports podcasts.
It has to be, definitely, dude. I mean, if they're paying that much for the ad revenue, I mean, I wonder how much. Because I know when Rogan signed his deal with Spotify, that was like the biggest deal for a podcast ever.
Yeah.
I wonder where this one sits, but. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Have you even listened to them, dude?
No.
I've seen clips online. I've never really sat down and listened to one of their podcasts. It's like, I mean, I guess maybe I should.
I don't know. For some reason, it's hard for me to get off, downtime podcasts only, and then it's just terrestrial radio.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know if you're kind of like that too, or.
I mean, every so often, like if I have like a long drive or something, I'll put on like an episode of Joe Rogan or something like that. But other than that, like I really don't.
Yeah, I just feel like a long ride. I do like Rogan, but I don't know the Rogan podcast. I don't know if I would need a Rogan rant.
I feel like it depends on who his guest is. At least that's for me anyway. I mean, if he has Derek Jeter on, you probably listen to it, right?
Yeah, but for some reason, I'm all about like just current up to speed type of stuff. So that's why I think I like the live radio because they're just talking about what's going on right now.
Right now.
I mean, what's better than right now, right? Updated, I know there's good guests, good interviews. Like you said, I think we're a big fan of Center Stage with Michael K, right?
Huge, dude.
He actually had some good guests, though. It's just funny because it is a similar thing. I know different Michael K, I know.
Yeah, but he had like non-sports guests too. He had like actors and stuff. Like he did have some big names, dude.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, dude.
I'm trying to think about all the different people over the years. I mean, just like different boxers and musicians. Billy Crystal was a big one back in the day because he made 61, of course.
Yeah, dude.
That we have on VHS,
and we don't have it on DVD, I believe.
DVD. I just remember that being played.
Oh yeah, dude. 61's a great movie,
or
dude.
Michael sending a picture in the group chat.
Yeah, dude. I freaking love that movie.
Yeah, absolute classic, Tony.
That's right.
Other football news here. TJ Hawkinson, the Vikings star tight end, PUP list. So gonna miss the first 4 games of the season. I think that's a big loss because you got Sam Darnold there starting with McCarthy out for the year, so need as many weapons as possible. Everybody, I'm sure, is gonna hone in on Justin Jefferson. But obviously, I think I'm not. Is KJ? I think KJ Osborne is still there. And then also the name is slipping me, but they also had a rookie wide receiver there. I don't know why I'm blanking on who this is. I'm gonna need to know this. For
Osborne
fantasy.
For the Patriots here.
Okay, Osborne's on the Patriots, but then the Vikings, they drafted somebody from I think USC, Jordan Addison. That's who it is. I think he had 1,000 yards last year. Looks like he's banged up. What's the deal?
So we got going on here with Addison, dude. Ankle, did not practice Tuesday.
Okay,
probably something. Small.
Go down though. Career. Okay, he had 900 yards and 10 touchdowns. So pretty good rookie season.
Pretty solid, I would say, dude.
Obviously, we'll
was
talk
carted off the
about
field.
it. Ooh.
Did not
Oh,
suffer
did
a
not suffer a
major
major
injury. Isn't expected to miss extended time.
Obviously, we'll talk about it, but in our divisional previews, Tony. But Sam Darnold. I mean, obviously, no McCarthy in the picture, so he's pretty much like, unless he fucks up, I mean, he's going to get this season, or if he gets hurt. What are you forecasting there?
I mean, it's so tough, dude. I think he'll be a middle of the road quarterback, to be honest.
Minshew-esque?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Who does better?
I feel like Minshew in big spots will turn the ball over, to be honest.
But Darnold won't?
Darnold won't, but he's not making like crazy big plays that Minshew will make, dude.
Ghosts, though?
Maybe, dude.
Was that him or was that Zach?
No, I think it was I think it was Darnold. Yeah, it was. Seeing ghosts.
Johnny, exclusive list of Jets jokes at quarterback.
Oh my god. What do you think, though? What do you think about Darnold this year?
I would not be surprised if he's pretty good, just because I think Kevin O'Connell is a really good coach with Minnesota, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to get the best out of him. I think Darnold, I mean, it's just been a terrible situation after terrible situation. Yeah. Because I know he went to the Panthers after the Jets, but then who did he play with last year?
Niners, no?
Oh, and he just barely played or got that one start. And how did he do in the start here? Let's see, 297, two
touchdowns.
I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, does that say anything to you?
I mean, that does spell some offensive production, but I mean, I guess we'll see. The 49ers obviously aren't the Vikings in terms of level of talent. They do have a lot, not as much, I think, anyway. So I guess we'll see.
I just think with Jefferson, and then if Addison's healthy, I mean, those are some good weapons. And
yeah, no, again, I mean, I think that's indicative, I think, of Darnold in a good situation. Yeah. Being with the Niners, I think, is one of the better situations you could have as a quarterback. We've seen that. So again, like you said, I think middle of the road quarterback this year. Like solid.
But you're kind of interested to see. I mean, we haven't seen a full season of Darnold in a while.
Yeah, dude. We really haven't. Was it last year or 2 years? It was 2 years ago, week one.
But last time double-digit starts was what, 2021?
2021.
4-7, 9 touchdowns, 13 picks. Always did have the scrambling ability.
Yeah. But Carolina.
That 1 year with the Jets in 2019, it seemed like we had our guy.
For a hot minute.
Now, other football news here, Tony. You see the Cowboys finally get the deal done with CD.
I did.
4 years, $136, $38 million signing bonus, largest ever given to a wide receiver. Also, the second highest paid non-quarterback NFL history. And his per season is just below Justin Jefferson at $35 million per year.
I mean, there's a lot of money. You think it's worth it?
I think without him, they were screwed this year.
Yeah, I think so too. Do you think all that nonsense that Jerry Jones was saying, though, was like valid?
What was he?
So it made it seem like that he was underplaying Dak Prescott.
He was underplaying Dak.
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
By talking about almost saying what you said, basically.
That they need CD.
And that they would be screwed without him.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think they've said they want to get the deal done, but they're just like, they're trying to play the numbers game, I think, a little too much. And they did this in Dak's original contract negotiation. Had they signed him before, they would have spent less. And here we go again. Unless they're planning on losing him, kind of feels like it's going to be the same thing.
Right.
But he's 31 years old. His numbers were off the charts regular season. Obviously, they laid the egg in the playoffs
against the Packers. Yeah.
I mean, if it was up to you, would you have already signed Dak, or would you really make him play this season out and let the chips fall? They may just having that insurance. Well, if he falls flat in the playoffs again, then we're just not going to resign him.
I mean, it's so tough, dude, because I mean, I guess at this point, how many more opportunities are you going to give him in the playoffs? If he really does fall flat and like loses in the first round, I mean, you kind of, not that you have to move on, but like maybe you should. I think I would, dude. again, but it's a same situation. We had this conversation, about the Rangers this year in the sense where like, he's a great quarterback, no doubt. His regular season is awesome. He obviously like gets the Cowboys to the playoffs with a solid record during the year too. But hey, like if he's not getting it done in the playoffs, it's just you kind of have to figure it out. You kind of have to move on. Even though the following year, new quarterback probably not as good as a regular season, could not be as good as Dak even.
Right.
But again, how many more opportunities are you going to give Dak in the playoffs?
I think it's just unsettling that they really don't have their future quarterback on the roster. I think Trey Lance, who they were kind of thinking, maybe, and then he did he throw like 4 picks in the preseason game or something?
Terrible.
So to not have that guy there, that's tough. I know you can maneuver, you can acquire people, but I think it is, definitely an unsettling feeling.
What would you do if this guy who's a great regular season quarterback time and time again now is not getting you deep into the playoffs or to the Super Bowl or winning the Super Bowl?
I guess I would just need to have already identified somebody in the draft next year, or that's going to be a free agent, which I'm not sure who will be, that I'd be comfortable with being my quarterback. But if I did that, then I would, it just, the only thing that's tough is though, if you let him play it out and then he does end up winning a couple of playoff games and, having a really good regular season, then the value went up. So that's why, but I do get this sense of like, it's like been that long where it's like,
dude, and I feel like at the end of the day, Prescott has the regular season numbers to ask for like a good amount of money as a quarterback. Like he is a great quarterback. So it's like, and I don't know, like you said, you can identify someone you want to replace him with, but you have to either sign him or let him go now. Like you're not going to have an opportunity to have someone behind him and then have someone ready to go. Do
you think Jerry would be restless at night if he does let him go? Giants, terrible year this year. Fire Dable, bring Belichick, and then Dak goes to the Giants.
Oh my God. Yeah. That would be a sick move, dude. I would be so nervous if I was Jerry Jones.
But do you think because of his stubborn ways, his grouchiness, that people are overhyping the fact, if you get Belichick, like is Belichick like still a really good head coach, or do you think it's like it's kind of getting old, he's stuck in his ways? Like, could you see him like just taking the Giants to the next level like that quick?
If he had Dak Prescott, sure. If there's Daniel Jones, no. Look at
he wouldn't take the job with Daniel Jones. Definitely not.
Again, I don't think. Listen, I've in the sense of that, Bill Belichick, is he a great coach? He is.
But is he still?
I do think he's still, dude. Mac Jones was not the guy over there, dude.
But he was the guy who picked him, though. So I guess
stupid,
he's not
dude. He's not exactly. He's a good coach, and that's what he should be sticking to.
Right.
So, I think if he, were to go to an organization with a reasonable roster, he could navigate his way to the playoffs.
Because it just feels like John Mara. We talk about it like in organizations being embarrassing. I think he feels embarrassed. So Giants, let's just say, it really hits the walls, and they win 3 or 4 games this year. I just feel like he's going to aggressively go after Belichick. Because Belichick, that's where he started, defensive coordinator. He has like this like love for the Giants. It just seems like, and he wants to get that win record so bad too.
I probably would have already done that.
Yeah.
Like not for nothing.
Because it does feel like Dable's out the door, even though I think a lot of people think he is good on offense, but it just feels like last year was disappointing. And this year
it's not there, dude.
Yeah.
Like everything. I don't know, dude. I feel bad. But I just feel like the Giants, there's nothing is like the roster
besides
construction isn't there.
That's it.
Again, but like what is that? Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
The roster is not there. The coaching staff isn't there. Again, Dable, like you said, people like him for what he's done in the past. But this is not working, dude. And they keep just trying so hard to get Daniel Jones to be a good quarterback. And I just really don't know what they're looking at, dude.
I think they would be better off just trying
Zach Wilson.
No, but
no, I really do. I really do think so, dude.
Oh man, I thought we were gonna be Zach Wilson less this year. Things got pretty heated last year, Zach Wilson.
Definitely. But
there just was no reason though. That was the craziest.
Watch over the Broncos, dude.
Bo Nix,
Zach Wilson.
No, but you really still are like earning for Zach Wilson.
No. On the Jets, no, I'm not earning for him.
Because I
hope he does well wherever he is. Sure, dude.
In all honesty, like not. Just sticking to it. But like as last year went on and here we are now, I mean, have you at least like you feel like you have more of an understanding of why everyone's like, I mean, this guy basically shouldn't be in the league.
I mean, I don't know about shouldn't be in the league, dude. I really do think, again, like you just said it with Darnold too. He was in a terrible situation.
I just always thought he was better though for some reason.
Darnold?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think
Because
that
like
too.
at least he had like a couple good. I just feel like with Zach, like it was just so hard to like throw for 200 yards and throw one touchdown. And I just feel like we saw Darnold have some big games.
Right. No, I totally agree with that. I think Darnold again, yes, but like I said, I mean, I think Wilson was in a really shit situation. It was not conducive for any quarterback to succeed. I feel. Who's the backup now?
Jets. Tyrod.
Oh,
so much better. Honestly, veteran. Been there before. Crazy how his starting career basically came to an end because the doc punctured his lung. I don't know what the payout was on that. You remember that? Or
no, I don't at all.
That's how Justin Herbert got to be a starting quarterback because Tyrod all ready to go. He needed some injection, and I guess the doctor like just fucked up his lung. Like when he gave him an injection, and he couldn't start. It was like an emergency start for Herbert, and then he never relinquished the job afterwards.
That sucks, dude.
I know.
That's major malpractice.
Yeah.
The doctor would put some bets on, you know.
I mean, at this point, can you really rule anything out?
No.
This day and age?
No.
I mean, it's crazy. You feel like this conversation is really getting you into the football mindset.
Yeah, dude. I absolutely do think so. Pumped for Thursday, like I said. Pumped for the season.
Thursday is gonna be ridiculous.
Are you a mock draft guy?
No.
You do mock drafts? No? I heard
You?
Rick was doing it. I mean, I've never had before, but again, first year for football, maybe I should. Just to get a feel for what's going on.
I just feel like it's like
like I have no idea how to even. I've never drafted. You know, I've never.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know.
Research.
It like I don't know. I just feel like you know what it is.
No practice swings. No mock drafts.
Yeah. Honestly, like I just feel like I've been
addressing the ball.
I was actually playing with somebody yesterday who was doing that.
Oh no!
Only played 9. Was walking. Actually, was pretty nasty. Like probably hitting it like 280 off the tee.
This guy was.
Yeah. Yesterday was nice. You would have loved it. Just under 3-hour rounds.
Really.
Front 9, hour and a half. And then I started playing with just one other guy, and then like I said, he left after 9. Then I teamed up with someone else who was playing with other people, but then they left, so it was just me and him. One group let us pass, and it was just
smooth sail
the whole time. Still have not taken the driver out of the bag last 3 rounds. And I'm 2 for 3 in the 80s with those rounds, so pretty good, no?
Yeah, that is good.
So
that's so funny. I haven't taken the driver out.
Would it be tough for you or no?
For not taking the driver out?
Like you have like this thing where you just like, like I'm riled. I need to hit my driver. Like
definitely, dude.
Yeah.
But I also like, not that my drive is like phenomenal or it's going deep or it's consistently accurate every time.
Right.
But I feel like all my drives are playable for the most part.
So you don't find yourself really like losing that many balls overall?
Off of drives.
Yeah.
On the 9 I golfed on Sunday, I only lost 1 ball.
And I feel like that's impressive because I feel like, you have like I guess, because you have a slice. I guess you have a slice, right? Like a moderate slice.
Yeah, moderate slice.
I feel like with a slice at Fairchild, I mean, kind of easy to put a couple into the woods, maybe even onto Park Ave.
That's the one I lost on Park Ave. Yeah. But again, I was playing the slice a little bit, and I think my slice is getting less. You know, so it's not like taking a sharp turn. It's just kind of a gradual, and it goes like straight for the most part, but then, like starts to bleed out.
Yeah. And I think what did it for me with the driver is like I just found myself feeling like if I didn't hit the driver, I wouldn't constantly be dropping for that was why I'm like
drop. It's 3 strokes right there.
And the last one, literally at Gainer, first tee, didn't make it out of the rough in front of the tee box, and that was then I was just like, nope, that's it. That's it.
That's
Done.
tough, dude. Yeah, you don't do any mulligans or anything.
No,
like you won't even be like, you know what? Like if you just did one bad drive, you'd be like, let me just put the driver back. I'll redo it with the 5-iron.
No, you know what it is, because then I'm just one of those.
In your head, you're just like, yeah. That's
what about you? Would you do that? Would it be in the back of your mind? Oh, I shot, 90, but I did take that mulligan. Like, would you be thinking that in your head as you're telling people you shot 90?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I probably would be thinking.
So it's I'd rather not have to deal with that.
Yeah, true.
But my plan is kind of like over the in the off season, just do a lot of driving range with the driver.
Yeah.
Get it figured out for next year.
It's a good idea.
And it's nice because Gainer, you really don't need a driver, but the problem is like you go play like that course you were saying with Jay. Like I feel like I wouldn't be able to just hit a 5 iron. Like
no, definitely not.
The par 5s, I mean, you're on in 4 if you're lucky, probably.
Yeah, literally.
But the golf, right?
The golf is pretty sick, dude.
Did your juices get recharged from the round the other day?
I mean, yeah, of course, dude. I mean, I had a lot of fun. I always have a lot of fun when I'm golfing. So it's just, I got to find the time, got to figure it out. But Andy and Coyne were hyped. They were like, yo, we should do this like a little more often for the fall, especially. Like,
fall golf is great. Yesterday was a great golf day.
Yeah. Yeah. And then again, I mean, you want to couple it with, some, football on Sunday too. I mean, golly, dude.
Yeah, the football early. I mean, the golf
early, football the rest of the day.
You know what's funny? I'm trying to think. When we've been there, has the guy with like the Scottish accent, like kind of older, bald-headed Gainer, has he been working there?
I don't think so. Scottish accent.
Remember, I was telling you last year, he got tight because I thought he was like talking to me like in code, basically saying it was fine because I was like,
oh yeah.
And then he said, what happened to a couple holes? And he was like, real tight. So that guy still has been a pain in the ass. He made me bring in the cart and then ride in a cart with other people. And he was going to tell me to go in and let them play because he doesn't like me because of that one time. And then yesterday, I had done a good job of where it just happened to work out where canceling that spot late, like the same person had been working. He's working. And I did it 2 weeks ago. It wasn't even last week. But you know how he's like focused on me. So he's like thinking about it. So on the phone, he goes, Brian, you know you can't you can't book 2 spots as a single and then cancel, right? Like literally like that. And I go, yeah, sorry, my buddy with work, just got tied up. And he brings it up again when I'm there and I say the same thing. And he's like shaking his head. It's like, bro, go I'm actually getting a little tight.
Yeah, dude.
Because I was I guess he just takes that time as like, oh, it was so like this, but it's just like I feel like he just doesn't have perspective. It's like where he works. This isn't Bedminster or Bethpage Black or something. Like, you know what I mean? No one else is uptight. The guy who's ahead of the place, okay?
Yeah.
About the Colts being in and stuff. He was even saying 7:30 for the Colts yesterday. He was saying that. And I just never say anything when he says that. But the guy who runs the place doesn't care about what time the cards are. This guy is just a pain in the ass, dude. Am I wrong here? I mean, I know the one time he could say because he did, but it was my fault. I shouldn't have said that. I only paid for 9. Oh, the register's closed. And he's just such like. Do you think it's just he's just a rule? Like he's just so stuck on the rules, he can't get off of it, and he just doesn't have the patience for the procedures not being followed to the T. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. Scotsman too, older man,
probably a drinker.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, who isn't? And then it's it's you too. You're probably like you got this little schnai attitude a little bit, dude. Yeah. Oh, my buddy. Yeah. I mean,
it sucks. Now I feel like I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, he's.
But it's just when he's there. But I think he just works Monday, Tuesdays.
Oh, you better be certain, dude.
Yeah, but
now he's gonna be really watching your every move, dude.
But overall, honestly, am I in the wrong? Is that what it is or not?
I mean, again, technically, I guess you kind of are in the wrong technically, right? Because you're lying about the twosome.
But the thing is, before that though, how this whole thing started, I could have just kept playing. He wouldn't even have noticed. I'm the one that went up to him, and then
you did the right thing then.
Yeah, and I'm saying like, oh, I just want to play 18, and then he saying play a couple holes, and it just like. Wouldn't anybody get easily confused? Like, oh, he's just saying that, like,
just go out.
Around.
Yeah, of course, dude.
He's not going to make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
And then I think he didn't like because I laughed when he said what happened to playing a couple holes, and then I kind of cracked up just because I thought he was kidding again,
and he wasn't. It took it to heart.
So it's all because of his accent. At the end of the day, that's the problem.
Would you tell him that?
And then also too with like he gets tight about people bringing the carts in. He's the only guy there. It's like going around. And it's like I just feel like also there has to be a basic understanding. People are paying for 18 holes. They're gonna do everything they can to finish.
Oh yeah.
Why do you have to act like it's so like ridiculous that they're trying to do that?
No, yeah, that's just him being tight at life. Divorced, maybe.
I think that, but maybe multiple times.
Ooh, yeah, 3 times divorced.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Yeah, I'm tight. I used to think we were buds too because I played around with him one time. Rode in the car.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
dude.
it was normal there, and then that just because that one thing that happened, he can't let it go.
Are you going to address the situation next time you see him?
Just the ball. Come on, Tony. I guess Saul tried to call. Saul tried to call.
Oh, you know what, dude? Yeah, that's my fault. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb this morning.
Saul making the call.
My bad, Saul. Saul, if you're still trying to call in, you can call in right now, dude. Yeah, oh my God, he called me. Oh, we got Matthew Ryan called in a bunch of times too, but I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, we've heard that.
We've heard him before. Yeah, dude, Saul, if you're still on the line, I mean, I guess I can call Saul right now, I guess. You want me to call Saul?
Yeah, give it a try.
Better call Saul.
Never call.
Never call?
Better call.
Better call. Let's see what's going on. I wonder what he wants to talk about. He's gonna be hyped for hockey for sure, dude.
I think the Yankees.
Saul or Saul good?
Saul, man.
Let's go, brother.
Dudes,
What's going on?
what is going on? You talking golf? You talking? I think you're talking Cowboys.
And then we were talking about the starter,
Scotsman.
the Scotsman
Yeah.
starter, a little hungover and tight.
Saul?
What's a better game?
Oh.
I love to play. I haven't played in a long time because my back is effed. But golf was one of my favorite things to do.
What was your scores? What do you got? What were you shooting? 70s?
My best score ever is 81.
Pretty good, Saul.
That's a great score, I would say, dude.
That's awesome, man.
I wanted 79, but I didn't get it.
Mm.
I missed the fucking putt. It was heartbreaking.
Oh,
We've all been there.
yeah, that's for sure, dude.
Just past the hole.
Oh my God, rims out. Just a half a cup to the left would have had it.
Yeah, quarter cup. Maybe.
Yeah.
One more rotation.
What?
How about them Yankees though?
It's
Another
a
win last
battle.
night.
Oh, we're watching history, boys.
I mean,
I'm sorry, dude.
what Judge is doing, and especially that defensive play last night was just unbelievable. And
Yeah,
the double play on
that's
top of it.
the
It's not
other
just a
thing, like-
catch.
Nobody's making that catch. Nobody on the planet makes that catch.
Yeah.
Except for him.
And watching that
He's a
live,
monster.
I thought there was no way that ball wasn't out. Looks like it would have just went over if he didn't rob it. But you just
I think that was definitely a home run.
you just love to see how focused, how dialed in he is. And it's crazy too when you watch him play, like he's so smooth. It doesn't look like he's even going all out because of just how exact and calculated his steps are. I mean, it's really unbelievable how he moves. The size he is as well.
What's his weakness? Give me his weakness.
His dental work.
Little ridiculous.
Oh, he got that done. And he took care of that in the offseason.
Yeah.
Did he actually?
I mean, yeah, he did. I would say honestly, I mean, I think it's just a consistent postseason, but that opportunity is about to be given.
The postseason is where that's his thing. It's the
Yeah.
postseason because he knows
Yeah,
But
exactly.
he's got a cannon for an arm. He catches everything. He's hitting 333.
and he's
I mean-
hitting 370 plus over his last 100 plus games, which is insane.
These are not normal numbers.
And his weakness used to be he used to chase that slider alone away. Now he doesn't do that anymore.
That's all over.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Because I would get so mad when I'm like, dude, you know what they're gonna throw to you. Don't swing at it.
What do you guys think about Michael Theophil saying he would make the catch? I mean, I honestly I could see him making the catch. I mean, his basketball days, the leaping, Michael Theophil.
Michael Viavel? Is that what he said?
That's it.
Yeah,
A drop, Tony.
Who the fuck is that?
Michael
Tony,
Theophil. That's our Michael.
We need that. A nice Saul drop too. We haven't had one of those yet.
Oh yeah, I don't know the fuck you're talking. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck they're talking about.
That's
so funny.
That's really funny. But
That's
yeah,
one of the boys.
no, Mike.
Mike. Like our Mike.
Our Mike.
Michael.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he says,
All right.
"Ha ha ha! One day, people will never say that." What does he
It
say?
wasn't meant to be an insult.
Who is that guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
very good there. Very
Yeah.
insightful there by Michael.
Wasn't meant to be an insult. I didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
Oh no, of course not. Of course not.
Of course. Are you raw for football?
I'm fired up.
Any like
I'm a G-man. Just so you know, I'm a G-man.
what do you think? Did you hear what we were talking about before?
I heard you guys talking about the Cowboys, and Jerry Jones is probably the worst owner in the history of sports. I know he's made a $10 billion team, but he's the reason they don't win.
Yeah, I
don't care what anybody
says. I mean, and also too, I mean, with the group that was their best group in franchise history, they probably could have won a little more, but he forced Jimmy out the door.
He fired Jimmy Johnson
because he felt Jimmy was getting too much credit.
He fired Jimmy Johnson, the guy who built that effing team.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not getting any credit. I'm going to hire my buddy.
It is crazy.
They could have won. They could have been a fucking insane dynasty.
I mean, we'll see if it changes. But if you look at it, I mean, the last 10 years, pretty much every year, though, they're the best team in the division still. Somehow, even with him.
And Mike McCarthy says, we got to get back to winning 12. Yeah, they go 12-5, 3 years in a row. And what do you got to show for it? Dick.
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that performance against the Packers was really surprising. Not even
horrific.
just that they lost, but the fashion.
The second half blow up, dude.
How does that happen?
Exactly.
How does such a good football team, and then you go to the playoffs and you just fall apart? I don't get it, man.
What are you hoping for the Giants? I mean, do you want them to tank? Are you like having that like glimmer of hope wild card spot? I mean, where are you with them?
That's the $1 million question. Because I'm watching every game, so I don't want them to lose. But if they win 6 and then we don't get a quarterback, Dave says, then I'm going to be fired up.
Yeah,
but I can't.
It sounds like Dave's ready for them to win 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants them to go like 3-14.
So I mean, what's your confidence in Jones this year, dude?
What confidence?
That's what I mean. Like, because I feel like some people still have the narrative where it's like, he could be
his first pass.
That's crazy talk.
I honestly, I don't think I have any confidence in Daniel Jones because he won 1 playoff game. Great.
Yeah.
Against the Vikings.
Who
they're
always lose
a
in the
good
playoffs. Like, you never know when it's going to be. Exactly with Jones. Yeah, you just never know, Tony, right?
You really don't, dude. And even I think with the injuries too. I mean, the guy's gotten injured a lot in the past too. Like,
snap neck, fucking ACL. I mean, what are you doing? Broken back. I mean,
yeah, craziness.
Oh, it really is so sad.
But now do you think Dable? I think Dable needs to get a young quarterback that he can mold like he did with what's his face, Josh Allen.
I don't know. I honestly, at this point, I think you should just try and clean house there.
What do you think about
the whole team? Everybody?
Yeah.
What do you think about Belichick and Dak next year?
Yeah, Belichick, Dak. Cowboys won't
resign.
I heard
you guys. Belichick and Dak come to New York.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill Belichick's I'm a Giant fan, so Bill Belichick is a fucking legend.
I mean, how do you not want to just fire that up? You know.
I don't know about Dak though.
Yeah,
I'll take Bill.
But
you
the
can
thing
have
is,
Dak.
The Giants, you know what I mean? It's like, so you
Dak
draft a guy and then
in the playoffs.
wait. But I do wonder though, different circumstance would be any different. Is there something with being on the Cowboys? Like, I don't part of that.
I mean, think about Tony Romo as well. So I mean, that's 2 quarterbacks now that couldn't really do that.
That
for
seems
Dallas.
like they should have been
exactly.
Able to.
Certainly. Yeah. So is it maybe at that point? Could you argue it's maybe more of a Dallas organization, the pressure,
right?
Whatever. But I mean, regardless, if Dak comes to the Giants, there's going to be pressure for him to win immediately, like right away. You know?
Of course. Yeah, he can't handle that.
But I just wonder if the Giants don't want to skip over this step of developing somebody and like get like somebody who's already established in there. You know.
I mean, yeah, I think that's. Go ahead, Saul.
No, no, go ahead. I didn't want to talk over you.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I mean, it's almost like similar to what the Jets situation was. I mean, bringing in Rodgers. I mean, they want to skip the whole
And then when
develop
he retires,
somebody.
everything will crash and burn to the floor.
You want to talk about pressure?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it'll be
Look
interesting.
at the New York Jets.
It'll be interesting.
I can't wait. I'm here for it.
I mean, I
can't
would
wait,
think after this year too, I think Kirk Cousins is going to be a guy that's going to be available, even though he just signed a big deal because they drafted Penix, the Falcons. So, but it's interesting with
Cousins,
him. I
though?
mean, so many times he's shown us too that he can't really like have a big
Prime
season.
time,
But I don't know,
can't do
for
it.
some reason, I'm just thinking if he just happened to stumble into the right situation, or you think that's, I mean, he's 35 years old. I mean, it's like, if it wasn't going to happen now, when was it going to happen?
Exactly, dude. Every primetime game, you can't do it primetime.
Yeah.
Can't handle it.
Yeah, no, the Cousins prime time is the Andy Dalton.
Oh my gosh.
1 o'clock. He's great. He's great at 1 o'clock. Other than that,
Yeah. But hey, football season around the corner. And
dude,
also
for an average quarterback, he's made $1 bazillion.
he has.
Give him credit for
He's
that.
got it all guaranteed. So that's probably his best career accomplishment up to this point. His negotiating tactics, Saul. But yeah,
absolutely.
So good stuff there, and appreciate you calling in, man, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.
Always a pleasure, guys.
All right, have a great day, bro.
Peace.
And as we bid farewell to Saul, we go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight. And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout. Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So another victory for your New York Yankees yesterday, 5-2 in the nation's capital here. And another great performance from Nestor Cortez. His scoreless streak snapped late in this one, but at 20 in the third innings, a career high scoreless streak for Nestor. So seems like he's really found something here. Watching this game in its entirety last night, the fastball velocity, I mean, we've seen Nestor really hover in those low 90s, even some pitches, especially the sidearm ones, 89, but he had a lot of pitches yesterday, 94, 95 with life up in the zone. He was very fired up on the mound, and that's what you love to see for Nestor. And it really seems like the way he's pitched recently, he's pitching himself into a playoff starting spot in the rotation. So, we'll have to see if this continues, but final line there, 6 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 91 pitches, and through 6 scoreless innings. Pitch count was in the high 80s, and they throw him out there for the 7th, gets an out, then gives up a home run and gets 1 more out and is removed from the game. But nevertheless, I mean, Nestor setting the tone. And you know what else was perfect? Other than Nestor, that's the type of outing you're looking for. Gleyber Torres is really giving the Yankees life in the leadoff spot. I mean, it seems like every game, is either getting multiple hits, hitting a home run, seeing a lot of pitches out of that leadoff position. They had Verdugo there for a while. That was a complete train wreck. Volpe didn't work. It seems like Gleyber has really found a home there, and it's nice to see too. We haven't seen the Gleyber, mental errors in a little bit. I would say at least 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks at this point, maybe even a little longer. So he got the game started with a leadoff homer in the first inning. So homering in back-to-back games after not homering for a month. He's up to 12 on the season. So really looking to have a strong finish after a very disappointing season for Gleyber. That was the only Yankee offense for the first few innings. But we did have a big LeMahieu sac fly in the 4th. And actually, it was a crazy play leading up to that. Anthony Volpe, advanced on an overthrow, slides into second, looked like he got pretty dinged up. I don't know if you saw the play, Tony, but, it was like they were checking him for concussions and stuff, and then he's fine. Then he steals third and then scores on the sac fly. So one of those things, if he didn't, take those extra bases, they don't get that run in. So you love to see that after Volpe, who had a big night last night. It seems like he's coming into it again here. 3 for 4, 2 runs scored. And that was his 24th stolen base of the year. So, I mean, it looks like he's going to hit 30 bags this year. So that made it 2-0. And then you had Austin Wells, who's just been a revelation the past, 4 to 6 weeks here. A homer to right, solo shot made it 3-0. Another LeMahieu sac fly in the 6th, made it 4-0. The Yepes homer off of Nestor, his only blemish on the evening. Jazz Chisholm hits a home run in the 8th as well, his 21st of the year. Have you seen the Jazz home run celebration or trot?
Actually, no, I haven't, dude.
So he did this also when they introduced him when I was there on Friday. He does the
oh,
he's
really?
shooting.
Yeah.
So he did that as he was rounding the bases. So good to see him fired up, and he's really found his power stroke since he came over to the Yankees.
Love that.
And then you had Mark Leiter give up a home run there to Young in the 8th. They go to Cousins and Holmes to finish out the game, and Cousins has been as good as any reliever in the American League. I mean, 1.8 ERA now, 13 pitches to get 2/3 of an inning.
That's great.
And then Clay Holmes, he's really settled down. I think it's, been the last few weeks as well, where his ERA is sub-2.
There we go.
So all in all, I mean, that comes out to a 5-2 victory. And this is a game too, which featured so many, strong defensive plays. I mean, the Judge robbing the home run in center field on a ball that seemed so clearly out. Unbelievable what he had to do to not only track that in the air, but the timing to make sure he leaped up at the wall at the exact second the ball was going over the fence. I mean, really one of the best catches I've seen the last couple of years.
Yeah, dude, I did see that last night. It really was probably one of the better catches, like you said, I've seen the past couple of years. But you talk about Nestor, the velocity, the movement, the intensity. Last 3 starts have been great, giving you length, strikeouts, not many giving up runs. I think that only one.
This
right?
was because he had the 20 to 30
scoreless
innings.
straight, right, dude. So, are you newfound juice for Nestor here? You're pumped for him in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, I just love seeing, like you mentioned, the emotion last night. In that 6th inning, he had 2 on to start, 2 on and nobody out. Doesn't give up a run, ends up striking out the side, and just really got down low and was yelling that he was that riled. So I mean, you just love to see that. And
I'm trying to pull up this.
It's down there, right there,
right here. Let's freaking go, dude. Let's show the people.
Show the people what they want.
Here we go. There it is. Bang. Make sure it's muted.
I mean, it looks so gone. It's not even funny.
Oh.
I mean, just so smooth. And then to make the throw, I feel like that's what people forget about. The double play on top of it was insane to end the inning. He was so fired up.
Yeah, dude, he really was. Was that Wood that got thrown out?
Wood, the top prospect there. So you love to see that.
Yeah, you really do, dude.
And then also the Verdugo catch was pretty amazing as well. And I couldn't believe he wasn't injured on that one. His head right into the wall, full speed, just sacrificing everything to make that play. You would think it will pop up momentarily, Tony.
This has got to be. This is it. This has got to be it, right? No, it's the Orioles. Damn. So the white jerseys. Camden.
Verdugo catch. I feel like top. It should be under top.
Oh yeah, I kind of thought it was.
You were looking. This it? Oh, this probably is it. Yeah.
Bottom of the 2nd. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, okay.
Let's freaking go, dude. Ruiz.
This is another one that seems like it might be gone.
Oh my god, dude. Oof.
And then after that, I'm like, wow, he's actually pretty hurt, but he's expected to be in the lab today. I don't know, if they'll give him a day just to rest because his hat goes straight up like that. Looks like he's struggling with the knee a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I'm surprised they didn't show a replay. Bastards.
But 2, amazing, defensive plays there by the Yankees. And then also you had Austin Wells picking a runner off of second base, an absolute dart throw. Glaber getting the tag down, and they had to challenge it. Actually, it was called save originally, but I knew it from the jump, and that's why they challenged so quickly. I mean, naked eye, you could tell he was out.
Yeah, they in the dugout they were calling you up, but Brian, did you get the? Yeah, he was out.
If you saw it, you would.
No.
But I love what Wells has been doing as well. Really just growing into that position as starting catcher. Doing good on the defensive side, because that was the question. He was coming up. Oh, we know he can hit, but he's going to be a liability defensively. He's been their best defensive catcher this year. It's what he's got to do.
Come on.
It's a classic.
It is a classic. That's great. I mean, like you said, to have a catcher that not only is hitting well, but now playing well defensively. Again, going into the postseason is exactly what you want, because you're going to be playing talented players, talented teams who are going to be, risking it all to get one run in, to get runners in scoring position. And if in the back of their heads they're thinking Austin Wells can throw them out at second if they steal, I mean, that's going to cause some problems, dude. It's something to think about.
Yeah. And it was something, as well last night. How about Volpe with 3 hits and Verdugo with 3 hits? So Verdugo with 5 hits his last 2 games after being the worst player in the league the last couple of months. And then you also combined get 9 hits, from your 5 through 9 hitters. So that's how you win tough games in playoff games, get production throughout the lineup. It was a night where Soto, Judge, and Stanton combined, only going 1 for 13, but that one, Tony, Aaron Judge's 1,000th career base knock.
Which is great. Obviously, Saul said it, I think, before on the phone. We are witnessing history here with Judge having a great year. And like you said, though, it is nice to see the other, supporting characters around the lineup getting some hits in, getting some more confidence. I mean, and I think it's a great time for them to do that too. Against a team like the Nationals. I mean, you should be winning games like this. You should be putting on clinics like this. Exactly. Yeah. So, to have your guys, your supporting cast here, get some more confidence, get some good looks here. I mean, they're going to be juiced up for the postseason.
And tonight, is where fantasy becomes reality. Patrick Corbin, Tony, and the fact that you have Garrett Cole on your side. I mean, you couldn't draw it up any better. That's really a spot to do some damage.
Yeah.
And speaking of damage, I mean, what do you think? I think it's only been, week and a half, but Glaber hitting like 340. Seems comfortable in that leadoff spot. I mean, I have to say I'm surprised that that's working out as well as it has.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Because Verdugo and Volpe were a disaster.
And I mean, who knows too? I mean, what was said to them in the locker room, Jazz coming back from injury as well, like Stanton heating up. I'm sure there was some type of, message sent to these two, or some type of like, hey guys, like this is something special kind of going on. You would imagine, Judge is putting that type of mantra in the clubhouse, which is getting these guys to buy into what's happening this year. So it's freaking go, right? I mean, you got to ride it.
Well, and I think the thing that's good is the closeness with the group here, because you have guys like Glaber and Verdugo and LeMahieu who have really struggled this season, and some arguably we feel shouldn't even be in the team.
That's right.
But I think the fact that Judge, I think privately and publicly, backs these guys because he's been their teammate for a while, I think that gives you the best chance of getting production out of these guys. Because some guys, where you feel like you're not getting supported, but you're getting run out there every day, it's hard not to get discouraged and just have a terrible attitude. But I think that's how these guys have been able to stay with it. And then now you're finally seeing some results.
Right.
You could argue in some of their cases is too little too late. But I think the Yankees have been looking for a leadoff hitter all season. So if Glaber's going to do this, take pitches, get on base, hit home runs, I mean, what more do you need?
Nothing.
Yeah.
More serious.
And it seems like he's making contact more, because a lot of people have floated like the Jazz idea at leadoff, but I just think like he's really going for the power. So I just feel like he's better in the middle of the lineup. I mean, what do you think about that?
No, I mean, I agree with that. I just think that is what he's going for, more of power here, which is fine. I mean, it's working for him. He's hitting the ball hard.
But I just feel like he's so aggressive. I don't know if I want him lead off swinging at bad pitches, bunting at pitches out of the zone. Like, he's got to work on some of that stuff, and I'm sure he will in the offseason.
Yeah, and then like you said, right now Torres is doing well there now, so like why mess around with that?
Yeah, exactly. So looking forward to tonight. It's an opportunity here to grab the series. Corbin 3-12 with ERA hovering below 6, right?
Yeah, 5.73.
5.73. Cole's ERA now under 4.
3.72.
5-2.
Yep.
5-2.
So respectable.
Yeah, has been pitching well last couple of starts. So really expecting nothing but a strong performance all around here from the Yankees. So excited to watch this game later on, Tony. I mean, do you see any circumstance where it's anything short of dominance here tonight? You know, all factors, Corbin, Cole, offense looking, like they're performing well recently.
I mean, yeah, dude, I can't really see. You know, I'm looking at Corbin's last 5 starts here, and I mean, I guess he labored against the Phillies. You know, I suppose, but other than that, I mean, look at the Arizona there, dude. 3 innings, 10 earned runs.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what you would think tonight.
And also, you notice his walks. He walks so many people. Those walk numbers don't look that crazy, but if you look at the season walk numbers, what is it? 46 walks in 140 innings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like over 3 walks per 9 innings,
Which is not good at all, dude.
No. So, yeah, looking forward to what have you been researching on there, huh?
I know a lot of weed ads here, huh?
So yeah, looking forward to that. Mets back in action. Arizona. Who's towing the slab?
We have Minaya against Eduardo Rodriguez. Huntington Valley, PA. Should I answer it?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Just get me
Matthew Ryan Burner.
Maybe. Hello? Hello? Anyone there?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Matthew Ryan.
Yeah, a lot of weed ads here, huh?
Hey,
yo.
To that.
That's nice, dude.
Minaya Rodriguez. I mean, Minaya's pitched well this season. Big game here for the
huge game for the Mets here.
Yeah.
A must-win game. Braves won last night. They're 3.5 now ahead of the Mets for the wild card, which is a little troublesome. You know, you see that number, especially it was at 1.5. Now it's at 3.5. So it's not great.
Boy, that happened quick. Like a blink of an eye, kind of.
It was that one loss against the Padres on Sunday that
Yeah.
blew it, dude. And, that was an instance, too, to gain a game back because the Braves had lost one over the weekend. But regardless, obviously you just want to focus on yourself, your schedule right now, mainly tonight. The Diamondbacks schedule here, tough series for sure. I mean, obviously they're a great team. We know what they could do offensively, what they do pitching-wise as well with Brendan Pfaadt.
Graham Ashcroft? No, just kidding.
Come on,
Eduardo Rodriguez. And then does Gallen get a start this series?
That's actually a great question. I don't know about
He's been
Gallen,
up
dude.
and down this year.
He has been up and
kind
down.
of annoying, honestly.
It's Nelson.
Reed Nelson,
for
who's
Thursday.
taking Monty's spot. in the
Reed
rotation.
Nelson, yeah,
Monty
dude.
moved to the pen.
I mean, he's washed up, dude. Forget it.
Yeah, I have him for fantasy. I had to drop him. Moved to the
But
pen.
Eduardo Rodriguez, I don't know if you know, big year last year, Tigers, 4-year contract with the
Didn't pitch
Diamondbacks.
till second half this year, right?
Yeah, lat injury. Only has 3 starts under his belt. 3 good starts, though. I was just looking up at the game logs here. Cleveland, Colorado, and Miami all went 5 innings or more, limiting the amount of runs and, of course, relying on the offense of the D-backs as well to pick him up. They were all wins for him. So pretty interesting, dude. You'd imagine, though, I mean, this guy, obviously the Mets are talented here. I understand he played a team like Cleveland, who obviously has a lot of talent and bode well against him. But he doesn't have a ton of strikeout stuff, so I feel like, a lot of Mets batters are going to have to be a little bit more patient, I think he's going to try and, pitch around batters like Lindor, like JD, like Alvarez. So I think if they, again, just are more patient, maybe draw a couple walks, maybe you can get some RBI hits from like Bader or Vientos or something like that. And again, I mean, he hasn't pitched a ton this year, so let him pitch into a high pitch count. Let's get the Diamondbacks bullpen, and that's, I think, going to really help the rest of the series as well. Because then again, maybe Pfaadt has a tough start. Nelson maybe does too. Their bullpen is tired, eaten up. Late night Mets back in action here, winning these games. And these are all really must wins. And it's going to be tough here because, like I said, D-backs, great team. And you need 2 out of 3 here.
And is it just me? I mean, I don't know if it's number 1 in the league or anything. But it feels like, too, I would just be concerned about the bullpen because I feel like that park seems like it yields a lot of offense. I know it's bigger, but I feel like ball's in the gap,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's like you got to be buttoned up late game.
Yeah. So I mean, our bullpen definitely
Yeah.
needs to keep it in. Going to be probably a big test for Diaz.
Do you think he gets the first save opportunity?
Yeah, I do think so.
Yeah. If he blows it though, then you're gonna hear about
someone
the
else, dude. Yeah. Young or whoever.
Buteau.
Yeah, probably Buteau, Nunez. But again, those guys you also would love to have as middle relief as well. You really have to rely on your starters as well to help keep the bullpen guys,
Yeah,
little bit
and any
fresh.
concern because Minaya, I mean, is he on a run where it's like he hasn't had a bad start in a while?
I mean, I guess for a while for him. Let's see. Let's look at his last few starts. I know that they were good here. Baltimore, 7 innings, 3 earned runs. Miami, 7 innings, 3 earned runs. Seattle.
Okay, the battle
was
in
tough, dude.
Seattle.
But then before that, St. Louis, Minnesota, dominant.
But 21 strikeouts, no earned runs last. Any chance, like any nervousness there? It's like, oh my god, like he's been ridiculous. Is he really gonna have another good start here?
I mean, a little bit, dude. I again, like Baltimore was super impressive to me because that's a tough lineup to get through. And again, like against Seattle, it was trash. So I don't know. Part of me thinks he's going to continue what he had left off against the Orioles.
Speaking of Seattle, you see Bryce Miller. He's been on a tear since you told me that he wasn't that good against the Mets. Remember?
Yeah.
Said it was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
10 strikeouts last night against Tampa.
Really? The splitter, dude.
Yeah. No, don't you think though? Like he might win a Cy Young in the future. Like
It
he's
seems
pretty
like
good.
it anyway.
Yeah.
He's really good, dude.
And it also made me think like that Seattle team. Like I don't know if they're gonna get that last wild card spot in the AL, but I feel like it's not going to be some elongated rebuild. I think it was good that they got rid of the manager. I wouldn't be surprised though if they have a competitive finish to this season. And then Julio missed a lot of time, poor performance. I think next year I could see them being a contender, honestly. I think it's just unfortunate what happened this year.
No, I think so too. And I mean, like you were saying, there is no need for a big rebuild because their rotation's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think they just have maybe a couple pieces on offense. I mean, you're going to look at a pretty electric team.
Yeah. Were you surprised that the Royals swept the Guardians today?
Yeah, a little bit for sure.
On a run. Royals.
Yeah, no, I was
7-3 last time.
Yeah, they've been doing great. And again, I had them for game 1, I believe, in the picks. Game 2, I was kind of thinking, again, doubleheader, normally split, but like you said, they're on definitely a little tear here.
Yeah, Bobby Witt.
Yeah.
So it'd be fun.
Yeah, he had the go-ahead run, I think, in the first game, right? Yeah.
So it'd be fun to see him in the postseason. So
I'm sure Josh B. also hyped.
Absolutely. So big games all around the league tonight. And we do have Matthew Gabriel.
Always do, of course. He says, let's go, dude. He says, Judge is insane. Dude.
Yes, right on, brother.
And then Matthew Ryan, by the way, no, it's not me for the caller.
Lying through his teeth or no?
I mean, I don't know, dude. I wouldn't. I mean, PA? I don't know.
Or is that like one of your students chirping you?
I mean, it's very possible. I don't know any of my students from PA, but it did sound like Matthew Ryan. He had that voice. It sounded like him. I was like, oh, that's kind of expected here.
But the thing is, he would have said something about them.
Yeah, not just Baba Booey.
Oh, man. But yeah, exciting slate tonight. What will happen? Let's find out in a full-on abbreviated baseball frenzy.
That is right, you mother jumpers. It's time for the best time of the day here. A nice little frenzy to get you through your Tuesday here. Let's pull up my scores on August 27th as the month, the summer, the season winding down. We get ready for the fall football and some postseason baseball, baby. You know the deal. 9:40 p.m. We said it. Mets back in action tonight, starting off this series against the D-backs. Minaya, Rodriguez. We said the pitchers are ready. I told you what the lineup has to do. Patience through Rodriguez. Get him out early. Get him up a few. Maybe tack on 3 runs early on by the 3rd.
Lindor lead up homer.
I mean, that would be ideal. Okay. But why not? Lindor, leadoff homer. First pitch even. Fastball down the middle. Jumps on it. Waiting for it. Absolutely, dude.
Warmness of the desert.
Absolutely, dude. Mets score early and often. D-backs go down hard. Your over-under is 8.5, by the way. Mets are minus 105 on the money line. I would say it does hit the over. I think Mets end up winning this game. I'm going to say 6-4. And you know what? Like, Diaz is in the 9th anyway. Non-safe situation. keeps it even keeled. Newfound confidence, dude. Bang.
And also, Manaea's line was
I'll give him 6 innings, 3 earned runs.
boilerplate.
Boilerplate, quality start, though.
Nothing like quality. Yeah, speaking of quality, I don't think the Nationals have exactly got that out of the Patrick Corbin contract here. Pitching in the last year of his deal has been obviously a nightmare. And I think that nightmare will continue tonight against Garrett Cole and the New York Yankees. Gleyber hit a leadoff home run last night. Would not be surprised, continuing with the theme here of leadoff dingers, Tony, if Gleyber were to go yard as well on the first pitch, like that lefty-righty matchup.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw the big guns last night. Like I said, the 1 for 13 spot. A little different tonight. I think they all homer. Judge, Soto, Stanton. Be Soto's first home run back at National Park. Got the standing ovation yesterday. Love that stadium, by the way. Definitely
Beautiful.
Would be great to visit. But nevertheless, I think this is a Yankee and an over game. I think the Yankees themselves scored 12 runs here. Maybe bullpen leaks a little oil late. So let's say 12-4 Yankees. Yankees and the over.
Love that call there. Next up, I believe we'll be going to Minnesota here. 7:40 p.m. The Twins are taking on the Braves for game 2 of this 3-game set. We know yesterday I mentioned the Braves won 10-6. Max Fried looks like he's back in action. Braves, regardless of the injury, still scoring lots of runs. Chris Sale looks ridiculous too for them. Unbelievable. And the Braves are pulling that off. Nonetheless, though, I need them to lose some games. So I'm saying Woods Richards over here. Is Richardson? Woods Richardson. Having a solid year, 5-3, 3.69 ERA against Spencer Schwellenbach. I believe that's he's the rookie this year, right? Yeah, rookie year. Who's pitched well, but had some blowout spots as well. So I just think maybe the Twins, Willie Castro has been doing pretty solid. I picked him up a little bit for my fantasy team. I think they have enough firepower to get to Schwellenbach. And I see the Braves fumble this one over under 8.5. Give me, Ryan Jeffers, who's leading his team with 20 home runs. This is 21st home run. Bottom of the 9th, walk off, solo shot. Twins win. I'll say 6-5. So Twins and the over. Braves go down. Let's go Mets. Game 2 for you.
Game two. Give me the Mariners. We talked about it.
Wow.
I think new life under interim manager Dan Wilson, getting Edgar
Great call.
Martinez back there. I think the offense will get going. We saw Erosa Rain go deep yesterday in that Bryce Miller dominant performance.
That's right.
I think Logan Gilbert tonight matching the dealer, Tony. Obviously one of the better young pitchers in the game. I think very similar numbers, maybe 6 innings and 8 strikeouts instead of 7 and 10. Nevertheless, keeping the Rays off the board. And I think the Mariners will win this game 5-1. So it's the Mariners and it's the under for number 2. What's number 3? Number 3
Number
for you.
2. Number 3 for me. Let's go to Milwaukee here. First game of the series. First game of the regular season series for these two teams. Brewers taking on the Giants in Milwaukee here at American Family Field. Speaking of Logan Gilbert, Logan Webb getting the start here for the Giants. 11-8 in the year, 3.13. Solid ERA against the Milwaukee Brewers' Tobias Myers, who's boasting a 6-5 record, but a 2.87 ERA. I know Brewers, great, 75-55, 20 games over. Solid home record. Giants struggle on the road. They are 500 at 66-66. I think Logan Webb, though, has a stellar start. I say he goes 8 innings, 2 earned runs. Tobias Myers, solid start for him. But I think does get banged up maybe in the 6th or 7th inning. Bullpen kind of maybe blows it for the Brewers here. How about Matt Chapman? 8th inning, 2-run blast to put the Giants up 5-2.
Sneaky with what? How many homers?
20.
20?
Yeah, just 20. Not that sneaky.
Well, but I'm saying we've got a month left, so
Yeah.
he's going to end up actually putting together a better season than maybe we thought.
True. And because of this win here, give me the Giants and the under.
Nothing like a good pitching matchup. I think
That's
that's what we're going to see there. And I am going to go with a little revenge spot here. We have the Dodgers hosting the Orioles here. Blackjack Flaherty on the hill here. That's what they call him. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
And it's real good. It's real good.
Good job.
But had like a 7 ERA coming over from the Tigers last year. And not the Tigers, it was the Cardinals. But nevertheless, has really honed in and pitched well so far with the Dodgers. He continues that going up against Cole Irvin. Not sold on Irvin. We talked about it yesterday. Flaherty, 6 scoreless. Orioles against an offense once again. But just for Tony, because he's a little downtrot here, 3rd inning, Shohei Ohtani, grand slam.
Needed.
The difference in this one, Dodgers 5, Orioles 1. Dodgers in the under, just like that. That is your baseball frenzy.
What a great frenzy for Tuesday, dude. So many games.
No, so many games, and I feel like so many appealing matchups, right?
Oh, yeah, a lot of great baseball to be watched, to be played today.
What would you say, non-locals, best game of the day?
Let's see, dude. I mean, the Royals, Guardians tight, getting swept here. I do like the Giants Brewers matchup. First time they're seeing each other.
I think the Giants just offensively just
a little tough.
A bore.
Yeah, a little tough. I think I would go Royals Guardians. Honestly,
I mean that Michael Lorenzen has been on a run.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and the Guardians are good here. 2 teams that are going to be competitive, obviously, and I think Royals, wild card situation. So let's go.
Also, Cease back on the mound for the Padres here. I mean, we know the run they've been on.
Yeah, and I mean, again, Miles, I think.
Oh my God.
I mean, I think he's lowered his ERA, believe it or not, a little bit his past couple starts.
But
still, a 5.19 for him is so tough, dude. So
batting
tough.
practice.
I know. Oh,
do you think the Dodgers Orioles ends up being compelling, or do you think Orioles, where they've been playing, could get ugly?
I mean, it could get ugly.
Flaherty's been lights out since he came over.
And Cole Irvin, again, I'm not sold on him, just like you said either. So
yeah,
I think it could get ugly.
I mean, it is your favorite stadium that you haven't seen yet. So.
That is where I'd like to go visit. Yes, just as you, Brian.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be awesome when the time comes, Tony. Right?
Oh yeah, dude.
Other than that, I know I haven't asked this question in a while, but binge buddies tonight.
Binge buddies tonight, dude. That's right. Manny should be in house, which is great to have him back as well. A couple new trailers we'll be watching out there. Superman documentary. I know you're not a big Superman guy. Christopher Reeves. I know his story. Tragic story for Christopher Reeves. A horse riding accident.
Is he still living?
No.
Okay. When did he pass away? Like not that long ago, right? I mean, maybe within the last 10 years or no?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I should double check
he was
that.
Paralyzed.
I want to
after
say
that, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's even within the past like 5.
Okay.
Oh.
No, it was 20 years ago.
Oh my God, I guess so, dude.
Wow. Okay, and he was only 52.
Yeah, that's terrible. I remember like very much so when he did die.
Yeah, but yeah,
that's kind of crazy, dude.
Wow. Yeah. So I'm sure that's a good doc. For sure.
Oh yeah, dude. It's hell yeah, dude. I mean, talk about like just a touching story. The family, the wife sticking with him. Big Robin Williams fan too. They were hanging out.
Presumed innocence.
Haven't checked it out yet.
Earning.
Yeah, no, I am.
What about
dude.
Peterson? Anything on Peterson yet? Scott Peterson, like remember I was talking about like the murder story 20 years ago. Actually,
yeah, no, nothing. Got nothing. I know.
Pencil. I'm telling you.
Pencil.
I just watched the one on Peacock.
Really?
Do you know much about that or no?
No, nothing.
Nothing. You couldn't tell me one thing.
Not one thing.
Have we talked about it?
You definitely did mention it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. But yeah, it's on Peacock. There's also one on Netflix. The Peacock is actually featuring him talking from jail about the case.
Wow.
But 20 years ago, he got charged with murdering his wife and their unborn son. Trial went on for like a year, but he's been appealing it ever since. And they're hoping to get like a retrial. And he's only like 51. So it happened when he was like in his late 20s.
Oh my gosh.
College teammate with Phil Mickelson on the golf team as well.
That's so terrible.
Yeah.
And he did not do it.
That's what he's saying. You see, the thing was, he got convicted on circumstantial evidence. But the thing that's so tough for everybody to ignore, he displays a psychopath tendencies. So it's like, even if, the trial necessarily wasn't handled the right way, they didn't give exact evidence, he just lied a lot. Didn't seem that upset when she was missing. So that's why everyone's just like, kind of.
Like he lied during the trial?
Well, he wasn't truthful about having an affair before this all happened. And then lied to the girl he was having the affair with. And then she ended up recording him and testifying against it. You really should watch this. I think you will find this very
it sounds fucking crazy already, dude.
Yeah. It
That's
is.
so sad.
It is.
Did Phil weigh in?
I didn't see that, but it would be so funny someone asking him about it now.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me about this? But do you usually like those things, just in terms of the docs about the murder cases and stuff?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I'd recommend giving that the old watch for sure, as well as everybody else watching tonight for a primetime edition.
That's right, 8 p.m. baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are, another great day today, and appreciate everybody who tuned in, continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.